Place to be full education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. So please subscribe and hit the bell icon now. So yes, how does changing your asexual life help your health? So basically, what happens is a lot of human beings, we like to stay in our comfort zone because it makes us feel like secure and happy. But does it? That's the thing, right? It's kind of a fallacy that does make us happy. Yes, sometimes it does. Yes, maybe many times it does. But there is a thing in life where you do need some variety. People need variety because if you don't have variety and if you don't have contrast in your life, you basically stagnate and die inside your soul. So if there's absolutely nothing going on, you could, literally get so bored. But people do get into routines, and also it doesn't enable us to change and grow as people if we stay the same. But human beings are wired to stay in our comfort zone, right? Leaving our comfort zone is not easy. It's quite difficult and it requires a lot of courage. And being courageous is not about, like pretending you don't have any fears. It's about doing things in spite of fear and pushing through your fears anyway. And so, how can changing your asexual life help your health? Well, like I said, for one, if you don't change it up a bit, you can feel like your life is very stagnant, boring. You can get depressed that way. You can think that, there's nothing to your life very much. It's just the same old thing. It's boring. Nothing much is going on. And it can just feel too much the same. Like, you get up, you do exactly the same thing, and it's like there's no variety. There's no spice, there's no zest for life. You might think, well, why am I here if this is all life is? And that's because you haven't done anything different. You haven't added variety to your life. And this is likely because as human beings, like I said, we're wired to want to stay in our comfort zone and to do the same routines. We get into habits, but it doesn't mean to say the habits we get into are any good for us. In fact, they could actually be the opposite and detrimental to us. Like, if we stay indoors all the time, for example, this is not going to help us socially mix with other people. So, if someone has social anxiety, they obviously don't want to go out as much usually because it makes them anxious. But this keeps them in an anxious state because they're not going out and meeting people, so they're not overcoming their fear. So, a lot of fears have to be faced head on. I'm not saying you're going to, face every fear head on in your life, and I'm not saying that you have to do it. It's entirely up to you, but I'm just recommending, in order to change your life for the better, it is good to get out of your comfort zone and try new things. Now, obviously, if you have an anxiety condition like I do, then, doing too much change at once can be very destabilizing. Excuse me, I've got a chest infection. Can be very destabilizing. I need to have water. And so, if that's the case, you can only do it incrementally because you don't want to completely destabilize yourself, overwhelm yourself so you can't do anything. So it's better to just do it in little stages. And the more you practice making little changes, the easier it will be to do more changes in your life. But when you change your life, your asexual life, it's good for your health if you do push for your fears and do overcome them as much as possible. It's good that if you have phobias that you can overcome them. I can't overcome all my phobias. I have a phobia of needles and blood. I have a phobia of flying. So I do have phobias myself, so I completely understand it. So this isn't a video telling you have to do something. It's just saying why it's good to change your asexual life. Now, it could be less dramatic like that, but then again, it might not be, is to change your environment, which is what I'm doing at the moment. Now, for someone who's got anxiety condition like I have, even changing your environment can be very difficult because it can be destabilizing. It can feel weird, like not yourself. It can feel like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? I don't know where I am anymore. These things are in different places. I'm not familiar with it because anxiety usually likes routine. But like I said, if we keep having routine, our life can get very boring to a certain extent, especially if it's a wrong routines. If it's just, like not actually changing anything in your life and just staying the same. and stuck. Because what happens is when you accumulate a lot of things, for example, in your life, and you just keep accumulating and sticking it in the same place and you don't move anything around, you're not making any changes in your life. And once you change your environment, you can feel much better and much healthier because you can get into a much more organized state in the end. Obviously, it takes time. And also, changing your environment can just make you feel refreshed, revitalized, and revigorated. It's just like if you go on holiday, if you haven't been on holiday for a while, again, you might want to change your life so you go on holiday more. You might want to change your life so you walk a different way to work. If you work, you might want to change your life so you see different people, or you go out and see someone different in a social circle you haven't seen before. Because adding variety lends to our curiosity in life and enables us to explore different possibilities, different situations, which could alleviate some difficulties we might be having in our mental health, for example. So at the moment, I'm in the stage of changing my environment, which, is quite difficult in a very small flat. And so you might have seen the shorts video earlier. I've literally got 2 stands. So you see these metal stands, you barely see them now. And these are all the cuddly toys that I've put up there. And I've cleaned all these CDs. It took me like about 2 hours to clean all those CDs. And so I've got all these cuddly toys. There's tons of them. And these are all buried behind here a lot of the time. And so like this area I'm sorting out. So this area's got loads of books on it now. And this is kind of going to be more like partly my business area. I say partly because it's still got some other stuff that's not business related up there. So this is going to be more like my writing, book publishing, personal development section. And this is going to be my cute and cuddly, fluffy kids section. Because I'm like a kid, and I have like a quirky teenager kid side to me, and then I have a business side to me. So I think if I excuse me, amalgamate them both together somehow, then it's gonna like be, good and representing what I'm about more. And I've still got stuff like all over the bed. I've obviously got more cuddly toys. I've got big cuddly toys there that I'm gonna have to put back up, and cuddly toys hiding and Mr. Tickle there. But you see, I've got stuff all over the floor because whenever I move anything around my flat or change it, it means I literally have to move stuff out. So I'm currently trying to change this wardrobe inside so it's better. But at the moment, there's stuff all over my desk. I've literally switched my Mac off at the moment. So I've got to sort this out. I mean, obviously, these are quite orderly at the top, but this is like a mess. And I pulled this out. So I've got to rearrange this at the moment. And you might have remembered that I bought a pink set of drawers earlier today, and I'm pleased to say they're looking really good in the hallway. They give me extra storage so I can move some stuff out of the bedroom that's in my office that's cluttering up in here if I need to. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's looking good. Let me see if I can turn you around and show you that. Yeah, see, so those sets of drawers there look good. I have bought this box as well. And then there's a clock behind it which has got another pink theme, which is a Frozen one. So this is kind of like more of my kids stuff, and then this is more like businessy side of things and CDs and stuff. So yeah, they've got quite a lot of stuff piled up. This is all packaging in case I sell anything online, So yeah, it's still got a way to go because I've got to sort this box out. I've got bags of shopping there that I did earlier because I had to get more cough medicine. And so I've still got a long way to go. But it's going to help my health because it was just getting really stressful for me to have the same like layout in my flat all the time. And literally in my wardrobe, there's just stuff like books, all these books. Like we're having other books and files piled on top of them. So I couldn't even get really, not many of them without them falling down. So it's much better to put them there. And these are a lot, or in the bottom are like journals. I have a lot of journals because obviously I do a lot of writing. So I put a lot of ideas in these different journals. So I end up with quite a lot of journals. And yeah, kind of know where to stick them. But I'm hoping with the new layout that I'll at least be able to keep them in some sort of decent order, and that it's just going to look more professional, I think, and better and different, And I think, they say a change is as good as a rest because it refreshes you, revitalizes and revigorates you. So if you change your environment somewhat, it can really help you to get more organized. It can give you some more clarity and focus. It can just make you feel like good that you've had a change. Like change is difficult for a lot of people, but it can also be very good. You can feel like, you can feel like you've refreshed your life, if you know what I mean. And so now I'm building my book publishing business. I want to make sure that my wardrobe, my workstation wardrobe, like this area here, I want to make sure that I can put files here. This is obviously all got to be sorted out. But, I need to be able to put that box file back and stuff. And these files, I couldn't get to them before because they had stuff all on top of them. So I need to be able to get to them. And I got files in the hallway as well. So, I've got quite a bit of sorting to do. It's kind of difficult when you're changing stuff and you've got such a small flat. Because you have to move something and then move something around. So it ends up like everywhere. But I'm determined to change my life. I'm determined to change my environment. I have got stuff that I've got to get rid of at some point as well. But I just feel better that I'm reorganizing it and doing something with it and changing it, because I was just getting like before, especially with my office space as well. Because when I'm building a book publishing business, I need to have space, not it all be cluttered, and I need to get access to files and stuff, especially for accounting and things like that. And it's just like been like kind of like not where it needs to be. And so, if you want to change your life, then you kind of like need to make changes to accommodate those other changes. And so I'm just really proud of myself for being able to do this, especially when I'm sick. I have got a chest infection. I am on antibiotics. It's not easy when you're poorly trying to do all this stuff. I had to go out and get more cough medicine today and end up getting some shopping bits. So, it does take time. So if you have an anxiety condition, I completely understand you that changing your life is not easy, but changing your life can be very good for your health. Like, because I was feeling quite stressed with the way my flat was and the layout, and some of the stuff I've got rid of now in my flat, I feel like there's more space, and space can be a good thing sometimes, because it can allow you to have other things come into your life. It can, my wardrobe's much better in the bottom now because I got rid of some trousers that the zips are broken. I couldn't wear them anymore. And so, just by getting rid of some stuff like that out of the bottom of my wardrobe and tidying all in it, this is before I was sick, actually, I did that, then, it just helps to create more space. It helps to feel good that when I go in there, stuff's not packed to the brim and falling over and falling out of my wardrobe, And so it just makes things more efficient, more effective, and that is more healthy. When you've got more efficiency in your life, more effectiveness, it can increase your productivity because you're not scrambling around trying to find something and got stuff falling on top of other things and can't get to stuff. So to actually be proactive, excuse me, and change things is actually really good for you. So although I'm sick, I feel now is the right time to change my flat around somewhat, and to just like take stock of things after it's changed around to see what else I might need to get, or what else I might need to get rid of. I just think it's better to get on and do stuff. I'm in a very determined mode at the moment. I'm in a very I've got to work mode, very big work ethic at the moment. And yeah, it's working in my flat and on my flat. But, sometimes I think, oh, well, what if I lived somewhere else, But I realise that I'm really lucky to live where I live. I mean, I know I am lucky anyway. I always love living where I live. But sometimes I think about moving, like to London, because I really love London. But it's very polluted in London. And actually, now the economic climate's really not good in the world. I'm better off staying here because although I live on my own, there are 3 other people in the house, so kind of a landlord splits the bills between us in with our rent. So it's much more effective, and I feel safe here. So I think rather than thinking about, moving in the future, I haven't got anywhere to move to. I'm not even looking because I like it here and love it here. But I just thought, in my head, if I ever wanted to move, but I just because I was a bit unhappy with some of the decoration here, for example. Oh, hi, lots of love to you. Then I was thinking, if I did move, what would that be like? But I'm never intending to, because I love it here. But I do think about it sometimes, because I sometimes think part of my career is in London. But, I decided that I'm happy where I am, but I'm not happy because I need to change my environment because it's just not efficient and effective. So if you're thinking about staying put where you are in life, as in terms of your accommodation, and you're not happy, especially to change your actual accommodation that you've got. So, for example, in anything in life, right, if you're not happy with what you've got, You either have to change what you've got or change your attitude towards what you have. So in other words, I've decided to change my attitude towards what I have and decided that I needed to change my room around, change my environment. So then I can be happier in my mind when I'm in my room. A lot of the time though, when I'm sick, I actually do enjoy being in my bedroom anyway. I enjoy being in my flat. That's not changed. I've always felt good about being in my flat because I do like it here. I love the colour of it. I do love the position of the flat. I do love it. I've been home, like, I call it my home even though I rent. You know, I've been here for years. But I do think, like, now I'm building a book publishing business. I do need to get more organised. I do need to be more efficient. I do need to be more effective. I've got to order a laptop soon, so I do need some space for that. I mean, it is a laptop because I can't fit another desktop in. Like, this is my Mac, in case you didn't notice it, in my wardrobe. Like, this is my Mac currently. Obviously, I've got stuff I need to sort around it. But this is huge. But I can't, I haven't got any space to put another one. Like, if I have when I have a laptop, obviously I've got to clear all this stuff. Then when I'm not on the bed, I can actually put my laptop here, you see, and then I can move this chair. I tell you, it's a mess at the moment. I've got to move this chair and I can move it over there. So I could actually use it like a little mini desktop because I could have a space for it here. That's what I was thinking. Because it might be better for my back to be on a chair than just sat on the bed on the laptop. It might be more professional if I'm doing, for example, interviews, because I intend to use my laptop for interviewing. And so it might be more professional to actually have the laptop there and have the background, because I've got nice curtains and stuff in the background. I can move my cuddly toys if I need to. So I was just thinking, you know, like that might be a good space to put a laptop on. I intend to get a 16-inch, which is the biggest one I can get. I would like another desktop, but I can't fit it in here. As you can tell, my flat is so super small. But I found there's a company in my city that actually kind of does up like old Macs. Like, they repair and they restore and they revitalize Macs. And so it might be possible to do something with my actual desktop, but there is no way I'm going to do anything with it until I've published Asexual Guide to Sex, because that is my pride and joy that's on the desktop Mac. And there's no way I would risk losing that data with someone trying to upgrade or update my iMac, which they might not be able to do because it's a vintage model. That's how old it is. And the Mac store itself can't get any parts for it anymore. And I can't update it at all, which is why I need to get a laptop soon. But I told the guy I was sick and so I couldn't come in straight away. So yeah, it's got to be specially ordered because I'm having it made, a MacBook Pro. It's going to cost me a lot of money, but it's vital because my iMac now is literally like not good with browsers. Hardly any browsers work. Safari browser doesn't work all the time. Google doesn't actually work unless it's on Firefox. And so there's a lot of things that I can't actually access anymore because it's just the browsers don't work. But Firefox is still working the majority of the time. I tried to buy a course the other day when I bought my book publishing, Titus a Masterclass course, and I couldn't buy it on my desktop. I had to do it on my phone. So yeah, I need to make sure that I'm having up-to-date equipment, you know, because I need to progress my life. And I want to be doing my more videos on my Make Money Make Cash channel besides this channel. I've got some ideas about how I want to do something a little bit different on this channel, still doing my usual stuff but also some other stuff as well. So I've got some ideas about that, but I really need to be getting iMovie on a laptop, because if I get that on there, up to date model, it'll be so much quicker. Then I can do video editing quicker and I can record more easily, and I can just put out a lot more videos that are like more informational videos about asexuality. That's kind of where I want to go, because I think that's really needed by my channel and me, but I can't do it at the moment very easily because it just takes so long, and the things I need to do it are not really, I can't access some of them so much. I mean, I can use certain things, but it's just going to take me a really long time, and I just want to put content out for you all the time on this channel. So I have got a couple of ideas that I think would go down really well, but it would mean being on schedule as well. It means that doing all the stuff I usually do and doing more besides, which is going to take a lot of my time. But I've got some really good ideas to like features on this channel that I would like to bring in, but I don't want to do it before I've got my new laptop, because it does require a lot of more work, you know, a lot more kind of technical work, you know, rather than just going live. So I want to test that out. But yeah, when I've got my new laptop, so I'm trying to like reorganize my life so that it'll incorporate the new laptop and my environment, and so that I'll be in a much more organized position to be able to effectively move that side of my channel forward. And also the Make Money Make Cash channel, in the future I'm going to be interviewing entrepreneurs and authors on there, how to make money make cash, so you can too. So if you follow my Make Money Make Cash channel as well, you'll be in for a huge treat when I start interviewing other people on there. Because I've actually got a lot of entrepreneur connections before I even came into the realm of asexuality, before I knew I was asexual in 2014. 2012 was when I started studying personal professional development and entrepreneurship. So I've got a lot of contacts in that. But I don't want to detract from my Asexual Guide to Sex book and all the promotional work I've got to do for that. So there's kind of like a lot of stuff that I need to do that I'm fully aware of, and I'll need to put a schedule in place. But excuse me, but I need to sort my flat out at least decently as I can at the moment, because I can't be doing really a schedule when everything's like all in a mess, because I can't get to certain things, like I said. So, you know, this is going to help my health, because, you know, once things are more easily able to be accessible by me and I get my new laptop, it's going to make my life easier. So it's going to probably make me less stressed, and that's going to help my health. And even changing my environment to be more effective and more easily able to access things even now before I get my laptop, is just going to make my life easier, better, more comfortable. And so I really think it's needed. You know, it does, like, you know, feel a bit weird sometimes. Like, it's like, oh my God, you're really changing your room around, Sandra. This is not like you. It's not normal for you, because I've got an anxiety condition. That's how my brain works. You know, but I just try not to listen to it. Because if you listen to an anxiety brain, it will just automatically try and stop you doing anything in your life, because it'll be like, yeah, no, this is just too frightening. This is just too worrying. You know, this is too destabilizing. And, you know, you've just got to be your best future self and forget about the current version that you are, if you can. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to think, what would Sandra Bellamy, that's my full name, be in the future? What would her life be like with her book publishing business if she was already... I am already successful anyway. You know, I've had a publishing company a few years ago, like, approach me to republish Asexual Perspectives. But I said no. I mean, they wanted to take half the stories out, and there's 47 stories. But it's interesting that that company that I turned down a few years ago has now got 2 asexual books coming out next year. One of which is quite a copycat of my Asexual Perspectives. The idea is almost the same. It's just they've done a slight variation on it, and even part of the title's the same. So basically, they've got my book and decided that because I wouldn't let them publish it, they decided to like do a copycat one nearly. Under someone else. So yes, that's very interesting. But I want to retain copyright of my own books. I don't want to have publisher involved. Well, not with the percentage they were offering me, especially. I'm not saying I would never ever get a book traditionally published, just in case that ever happens, but at the moment I can't see it, because I want to build my own brand of quirky books. I want my books in bookstores. I want to build my dream in my book publishing company, no one else's, you know. And I like being able to express my own voice and write in my own authentic author voice, and you can't do that when you're working for a company, a traditional publisher. They want it a specific way. You know, and my books tell the raw, real, true facts. This company wouldn't allow anything that goes against their image. So basically, it wouldn't allow the fact that, for example, my Asexual Perspectives has got some mention of sexual abuse in it, from some of the stories in it. That's why they wanted to remove half the stories, was because they wanted to remove the ones that talked anything negative about sexual stuff, basically, and they just wanted all the positive, airy fairy, lovey-dovey stuff about asexual life, and that's not how it really is. So that company's got a like squeaky clean image. You know, they actually told me that Asexual Guide to Sex will sell, and it's got a market, which I already knew it had, But they weren't prepared to publish that, but it doesn't matter anyway, because I wanted to publish it myself anyway, and I truly believe that it's going to be an amazing book. I know it's an amazing book, but I have to finish it. I did a bit of work on it a few days ago before I started the flat sorting, but then I just got so fed up with my environment. I think it's the 1st of September. It'll be coming up to Christmas soon. It's nearly the end of the year, coming up, and I still haven't sorted my flat. And so it's like, no, I need to take some action. I need to do something. It's not going to be perfect. I'm still, because it's so small, and there's stuff I need to really like sell and kind of move out of my flat a bit. There's still a picture I've got, for example, in the bottom of my wardrobe, eel picture actually, but I want to sell that one. There's still stuff that I want to get rid of. But I don't like a completely minimalistic look, because it would feel weird and strange and not like myself. So it's kind of hard when you change your life, because you've got to become the new version of you, the version that you want to become your future version. But you have to think, what would that future version look like? But if I, for example, just had a completely minimalistic adult bedroom, because I live in my bedroom, it's a studio flat, then I would be a bit bored with that. I would think that this is too adult and there's not much fun going on. And I would just feel like I wasn't being me, my teenager self. I would feel like I was just like being like everyone else. I've got to make sure that I kind of maintain some of my all of my originality, but you know what I mean. I want to retain my quirkiness. I want to retain my kid side to me, as well as like bring out more of the business side of me. So it's kind of like, yeah, a bit weird, because it's like, how do I make sure I maintain both of them? Excuse me, because I know on this channel a lot of the time you love the kind of like fun videos I do, like going to theme parks, these aquariums, and I don't want to ever stop that. But also I know a lot of you love looking at all my cuddly toys and things like that. It's really fun and it's pleasurable to watch, because a lot of asexuals have cuddly toys. A lot of them have action figures as well and stuff like that, because we're kind of like more concerned with the fun young aspects of life than people, I think, who are engaged in sexual activity, that just want to kind of go through the sex, marriage and kids adult stuff, the kind of traditional conformist stuff. I think we're very different, and I really, really love being different. Like, some people will comment on my hair, like lots of people love my hair, but there's a few people that say negative stuff about my hair. It's like, well, I know my fringe is not always straight, but it's like, I don't care. It's like, I get fed up with my fringe sometimes, and I just hack it, to be honest, because it gives me headaches, and I'm just like, oh, like, cut it off. And then sometimes it's not always straight, but it's like, well, it's different. I've seen people who have like are, for example, on New Look posters, or like fashion outlet posters, and they don't have straight fringes either, and so it's like, well, that's the least of my worries. I don't worry, oh God, I'm sticking the camera on my face and my fringe isn't exactly totally straight or totally the way everyone likes it to be, so I must hide my face for the rest of my life. I don't work like that, I'm all authentic, raw and real. And it's like, well, yeah, I cut it, and sometimes it works out well and it looks fine, and other times it looks a bit squiffy maybe. And yeah, I have a short fringe sometimes. I cut it quite short because I just get so fed up with it going in my, like, near my eyes. It gives me headache, and I don't need headaches because it's not good for my health, And I like having a fringe. I don't think I'd look good without a fringe. Most women, I think, these days don't tend to have fringes, but I don't like. Like, years ago, it would have been called a slap head if you have no fringe. It was actually very bad years ago to not have a fringe. It was like, people used to take the pee out of people who used to not have a fringe. And I always prefer a fringe. I just think I look so much better with a fringe. And yeah, it doesn't go exactly right all the time, but who cares? I'm enjoying life, You can still look good with all your imperfections. Like, I have crooked teeth, and some people have commented on that. It's like, yeah, so what? I have crooked teeth. No, I don't want to get my teeth straightened. No, I don't want to wear a brace. No, I don't want to spend ages with the dentist, because I hate dentists. And going back to phobias, I can actually go to the dentist now, but years ago I couldn't even do that because I saw someone's teeth being extracted in front of me with blood everywhere. It's really disgusting. I haven't ever said that as a kid, and it just really frightened me of going to the dentist, but I do go, but I keep my teeth clean as possible anyway, and floss and stuff. And so yeah, I don't have perfectly straight teeth. I've never had perfectly straight teeth. And once years ago, I had to go to the orthodontist, but they never actually said they wanted to put a brace on me or straighten my teeth. They just wanted to take teeth out. I'm like, there's no way you're taking my teeth out, just for the sake of taking teeth out. And I have a gap between two of my teeth now because I had a baby tooth. Yes, a baby tooth come out last year. So, so sometimes you can see a gap in my teeth, other times you can't. Depends what angle I'm filming at. But these things don't matter to me. What matters to me is enjoying my life, helping asexuals, being my true authentic self, being perfectly imperfect. We're all human beings at the end of the day. I don't believe in going around painting my nails and plastering loads of makeup all over my face and having a look everyone else wished I had and being photoshopped. A lot of people online, they put filters on, they Photoshop. I don't do that stuff usually. Like when I'm on this channel, I barely ever wear makeup because I don't need to. I like the wear look without it. I like the natural look. Lots of the time when I do photographs anyway, the guys like my photographs without makeup more than the ones with makeup. And even on my Facebook the other day, like when I'm sick, and I post a picture, like I get so many likes on it. Like I think I got even more likes than when I'm actually not sick. It's funny. But I like being different. I like to show people you don't have to be perfect to go on YouTube. You don't have to have the perfect hair or the perfect teeth. You don't have to wear makeup. You can be just your authentic self. If people don't like it, they don't like it. So what? They don't have to watch my channel. They don't have to watch my face. They can go elsewhere. There's plenty of other channels. Go for gold if you want to watch fake boobs and plastering makeup all over their face and got tanning stuff on their bodies that look very orange. Go ahead. If that's what you're into, go for gold. I'm not that type of person, and I don't need to be that type of person. Beauty is within and without, and I love my natural beauty. I love the way I look. I think I look gorgeous, even if other people didn't anyway, because I like my look. I like my body. I like my hair. I love my hair. My hair is one of my favorite things about myself. I really adore my hair. And some people that write mean comments, I just literally delete their comments and block them because I stick up for myself. You have to remember in life, when you're changing your life as well, it's not acceptable for people to talk to you rudely and be ignorant and just have a go at you or say nasty comments. If all they're doing is coming on a channel and complaining about your looks and stuff, especially if they can't even spell properly as well. And, it's like, well, you're sat hidden behind a computer. You're not even putting your face on camera. I'm doing that, because you're so scared and worried. Oh, what do you look like, And I'm not going to tolerate people being rude to me, because if they're rude to me, they'll probably be rude to other people in my community. And I safeguard my community. This is a very safe channel, and I plan to keep it that way. I won't tolerate people being rude to me and nasty to me and saying horrible stuff and laughing at my expense. It's like, well, I love the way I look. I don't care if you like the way I look or not. If you don't like it, go to another channel. Go away. I'm not interested. And I do stick up for myself. You should be your own best friend in life. And if you can't stick up for yourself, don't expect anyone else to. But if other people do, it's great. And I know a lot of my followers on this channel do anyway. Even on live streams, people have stuck up for me when I've had trolls, which has been amazing. I don't get too many trolls, though, luckily. My community here is really good a lot of the time. I love you so much. But you know what I mean? I just will delete comments and block the person. I'm not interested in people being rude to me or nasty to me or writing horrible comments. I don't live my life by how other people want me to look. I couldn't care less. If you don't like the way I look, go. No one's telling you you've got to watch this channel. No one's telling you you've got to watch my face. If you don't like the fact that my hair's not exactly perfect, then just go somewhere else, innit? You know what I mean? I'm not interested. But I this is my channel. I allow people in my community who I want to have in my community. If someone's being rude to me, I'm not going to tolerate it. They're going to be out the door. And the way you show them the door on YouTube is by just blocking them. And that's it, basically, and deleting their comments, because if you wouldn't take someone being rude to you in your own house, stood there having a go at you and being nasty to you and trying to put you down and belittle you, then why should you tolerate it on social media? You shouldn't. That's what the block button's there for, to deal with these type of people. I wouldn't I wouldn't go to another person's channel and start being rude to them about the way they look and stuff. So always remember, when you're changing your life, people are not going to like it. Some of them, people are going to be rude to you. People are going to be like saying stuff. And it's like, well, you don't have to listen to them. They don't dictate your life. You dictate your life. No one else. You live by your rules. No one else. If people don't like it, they don't have to look, do they? They can just walk away. And I think it's pretty sad if all people can do is come on a channel and put belittling and rude comments on there. It's like, no, I'm not interested, and it's like, so get off my channel. And make this a safe space for the people that are here and the people that want to hear what I have to say, the people that like watching me, the people that do like my looks or don't even care about my looks. They just want some help or entertainment in their life, That's what I'm here for, to help people. I do a lot of educational, but a lot of entertainment stuff on this channel now, because that's what people like. So I'll do what the majority wants and the majority likes. But you have to understand that, you should be your own best friend in life. You should stick up for yourself. There's nothing wrong in defending yourself and sticking up for yourself. It's actually good. Like, because when we're kids, we're kind of taught like, oh, we should be seen and not heard. And, like there's people who've got authority in our life that can tell us what to do and can tell us how to live our life because, we're younger and we don't have that type of authority, if you know what I mean. We don't have that type of status yet, but when you're older and you're an adult, you can do what the hell you want. No one can dictate to you what you can and can't do. Obviously, you've got to be legally compliant, which I always am. But you don't have to tolerate bad behavior or someone being rude to you. It's your life. You're an adult. You can do what you want when you want, especially if you live on your own, like I do. And so you don't need to have nastiness or people being belittling or putting you down or being rude. I don't tolerate stuff like that. I've got no time for it. So yeah, always remember, when you're changing your asexual life, to be strong for yourself, be your own best friend. And if you would stick up for someone else, then damn well stick up for you. Like when I was at school, I actually used to stick up for people who were kind of put down and bullied. I didn't stick up for myself actually that much, but I used to stick up for other people. I've learned in my life, like, you're sticking up for other people, some of whom weren't actually that honest and good as they could have been, yet you didn't stick up for yourself as much, Sandra. Like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, but now I have higher self-esteem. Now I have more confidence in myself. Now I love myself, despite anything people might say. And so now I'm able to be courageously sticking up for myself and enjoying my life, And, that's the way it should be. People shouldn't be being mean to people. And if people just come on and be mean to people, that says a lot about the people that are doing that, So never, ever, ever let someone dictate your life, and always be your true authentic self and live your life your way. I'm changing my life around. Some people might think, oh, well, what's she doing? Oh, well, actually I preferred it the way it was before her environment, or it doesn't seem that much change to me, blah blah blah. There might be a ton of things people say, but I'm changing it for me. If I don't like it, I'll change it again. But so long as it's more effective and efficient and stuff, and I'm the one who's got to live here, no one else, then it don't matter, does it? But I wanted to show you how important it is to change your asexual life, because it can give you a different perspective on life as well. When you change your environment, it can give you more health benefits, because obviously you're de-stressing because you are feeling better, to be more organized. And when you're more organized, you can manage your time more effectively, so you actually get more time back. And if you just get on and do stuff, it stops you procrastinating and overthinking. And this is a really big deal to me. Like, it might not seem a big deal to you if you don't know me that well, but if you know me for quite a while on this channel, you'll know that I do have an anxiety condition, and to change things can be quite difficult. But I am always trying to change things, but just at the moment, I'm very productive. Like, I'm super productive. For me, like, I'm just doing stuff, and even though I've got chest infection, I've been like literally doing stuff ever since I had the chest infection. I haven't been sat down watching movies like I usually do. Not this. I went to the cinema last Sunday, where I was actually sick, watching. Went to kids club. I was not feeling well then. But my chest got worse. But hopefully the antibiotics will be fine. But yeah, so, just change your life for you. Don't care what other people think, and have the courage to change it, and know that it doesn't matter if it's not right. Doesn't matter if it doesn't work out. Just use it as an experimental phase in your life. If it works out in your favor, that's great. You've changed your life. If it don't, you've still learned the lesson of that didn't work. Let's change it to something else. But the more you actually practice change, the more easy it is to change. And that's a big deal for me. So even if I decide, oh, like in the future, right, I want to change it round again, or this is not right there, the whole point is because I'm taking action and changing and being more decisive, it's actually very good for my mental health and my anxiety. It helps me to lessen my anxiety and helps me to make more progress in my life, because anxiety is a fear condition. It's based on fears and phobias, and it's based on trying to keep you in your comfort zone all the time and keep you in fear. So if you actually manage to change your life and stop caring what other people think and don't care what the outcome is, and it's either at work, it won't work, or I'll learn something from it, part might work, part might not. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, life is all about living and about the journey of life. It's about the ups and downs. It's about just trying things out. If it works, it does. If it doesn't, it don't matter. I got the attitude now that I don't really care so much if things work out or not, like I used to. It's like, well, what does it matter? You're changing it. It's a big deal in the sense that it's a big change for me just to change my environment because I've got an anxiety condition, but it's not a big deal in the actual great scheme of the world and what's happening at the moment. So it's like, I'm more like laid back. I'm more like nonchalant, if you know what I mean. It's like, so I think it's good, because this is how it can help your mental health. Just pushing you to change, do something different, get out of your comfort zone will give you some learning curves, some learning experience, and it will help if you've got an anxiety condition to just practice change, which is something you usually find very difficult. So it's just going to help mental health wise a lot more. And obviously, if you're depressed, you probably do need to change. You might want to paint your home. You might want to buy new furniture, like do a full redecoration, put new tiles on the floor or, on the walls, and just like completely change, or have a change of jobs, or change your social situation, get some new friends, all that type of thing. So whatever you feel you need to change, just do it, and don't think about it all the time. Usually I just sit there thinking about it all the time, but now I'm like, no, just don't think, just do, Sandra, just do. It turns out great, it does. If it don't, who cares, right? At the end of the day, you've only got to answer to yourself. And the only thing is, I do care enough to change, because I think that's important. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful, helpful, insightful. I know it's a little bit different to my usual videos. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell. I got to go.